Welcome to another episode of Follow the Brand TV. I am your host, Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, a 5-star personal brand and business development company. I want to take you on a journey through another deep dive into the world of personal branding and business development using compelling personal stories, business conversations, and tips to improve your brand. By listening to the Follow the Brand TV series, you will differentiate yourself from the competition and build trust with prospective clients and employers. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Make it one that will set you apart, build confidence, and reflect who you are. Building your 5-star personal brand is a great way to improve your skills and knowledge. If you have any questions for me or any of my guests, please email me at grant.mcgaugh@5starbdm.com. Now, let's begin with our next episode on the Follow the Brand TV.
Five-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
Community care plan, we're a health plan, and we do several different lines of business. We have Medicaid members that we take care of in Broward County. We have the uninsured that we also take care of in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. We also do our own our parent hospital, Memorial Healthcare System, that has all their employees, and we serve the health plan for all of them as well. Personal health information is very important to us. It's important to the government, HIPAA compliance. You want to make sure that we're protecting people's information.
Hey everybody, this is Grant McGaugh on the Follow Brand Podcast. I don't always get a chance, and I always say this, right? I don't always get a chance, but I don't always get a chance to speak to someone with such knowledge, such understanding of how the human world interacts with the IT world in a healthcare setting. We're going to have that conversation. We're going to talk to Leon Mink of Community Care Partners. He's the CIO there. He's got a number of years of experience, and because we're on this precipice of this new age, this new technological leap that we're on in AI, but we still need to understand how this actually operates in a healthcare setting. So, Leon, you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Grant. I'm Leon Mink. I'm the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer at Community Care Plan in South Florida. We're actually owned by two healthcare systems, Broward Health and Memorial Healthcare System. So the largest healthcare systems in the entire country. So I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on today, Grant.
Without question, I can't do another show without talking to Leon Mink. Your team said, hey, you got to talk to Leon. You got to get him on. They listened to a couple of different shows. They said, this is going to be impactful. We just had a good conversation even earlier. We want to continue along those lines. A couple of different things. I know that you're looking for some skilled IT people to help with your mission. I want to first have you let people know what CCP is all about and the kind of talent that you're looking for to bring on board.
Sure. So Community Care Plan, we're a health plan, and we do several different lines of business. We have Medicaid members that we take care of in Broward County. We have the uninsured that we also take care of in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. We also do our own our parent hospital, Memorial Healthcare System, that has all their employees, and we serve the health plan for all of them as well. And we're looking for talent that is empathetic. You know, our current company, the name of our company is Community Care Plan, right? We're all about doing things for the community. Some things I look for is people who are teamwork driven. They volunteer. They like to help others. We help others in our community all the time. Every weekend we have some people from our company that are volunteering and helping out the community. So I'm looking for those kind of people, especially in IT. You know, I'm looking for staff that have growth mindset. I want them making sure that they're hungry to learn. They're curious. They're not judgmental. They ask lots of questions, and they want to learn. They read books. They are open to getting training. I will send them wherever it takes to get them trained. We have programs with some recruiters where we will train them on what they need to do and do a 6-week advanced course just to get them up and running. So they're hitting the ground running and they can help us out directly. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for go-getters. I'm looking for people who are hungry to learn and that helps others.
Well, and I know you're going to get that. I know one of the things that we talked about, the big question that you ask each recruit. I want you to talk through that, and I want to talk about your own personal journey with that particular question.
Sure, thanks, Grant. Whenever I'm interviewing a candidate, regardless if it's for a leadership role or not, because I'm always looking for people who have leadership qualities, even if they're not coming into a leadership role, because they're going to grow. I want them to grow, and I want them to have every opportunity. And one of the questions I ask them is, what was your pivot point in your life that helped you get through a difficult time and that helped you grow, right? Some people don't, they may be very young and they haven't had a pivot point. Other people, it's amazing to hear the stories of the pivot points they had. You hear celebrities all the time talk about how, hey, I was into drugs and I went down this really bad path. I had a bad car accident and it changed my life. Or I, woke up one day and lost my family and it just changed my life. And they had that pivot point, that moment in their life where I have to change what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm not going to exist anymore. Or my life is not going to matter anymore, right? And so I always ask people, what was that pivot point for you? And it was interesting. I always ask this question. I get great answers from people. But one day someone turned around and asked me the question, what was your pivot point? What made you grow and get through a difficult situation? And it was funny because I hadn't really, I thought about it, but not deep. And I told them a story and they said, yeah, that wasn't it. That's not your pivot point. That wasn't deep enough, right? I know you and I know, your personality, how you like to help people and you're very empathetic and you're really caring for people. And that story didn't tell me why you care about helping others. And so I had to dig deeper and it went all the way back to high school. And there was a moment in high school where I had a group of guys that I always, we hung out all the time. It was, my best friend, and we had lunch together every day. And one of the guys that sat at the lunch table with me, I sat next to him. We weren't really best friends, right? He was friends with the rest of my group, but I didn't really hang out with him that much. And everybody loved him. He was a great guy, really nice guy. But, I was just going through life sitting next to him, not really interacting with him. And one day I came and he was running for class president. He was, Everybody loved this guy. And I came to school one day, and all of a sudden, all of the posters were down. None of his name wasn't up and anything, right? And I'm like, hey, what happened with Bob Butterworth? And they're like, oh, you didn't hear what happened? I'm like, no. It's like, yeah, he died. What do you mean? I mean, how, and I'm thinking, if you remember back in the 80s, Bob Butterworth, he was trying to think if he had a high position in the state. I forget the title he had, right? And I was thinking, oh my God, how is his son Robert Butterworth doing? I thought his father had passed away, and they said no, his son Bobby passed away. He died. And to come to find out, he was a murderer. He was actually murdered, and he was picked up from school and was he was murdered, and it was very emotional. And when I go back and think of that time, the part that hit me the most was I was sitting next to him every day, and he was such a wonderful person, and I never I took the opportunity to learn more about him, to make that human connection, to become friends with him, to really do more with him. And it hit me that I lost that opportunity, and that I would never have that opportunity. And I just hearing all the stories from everybody who did have a really close relationship with him affected me. And I was like, I don't want to go through life sitting next to someone on a bus or something and not being able to have that opportunity to make a connection, to talk to them and say, hey, hi, my name is Leon. How are you doing? And just what do you do? And to be able to have that interaction, to talk to people. It's all about human interaction. It's why we're here. We're social beings, right? So that was my pivot point. That was the moment that I realized that, I want to help, and I want to care for people. I want to know that I can help lift people up, make them better, have them help me, lift me up. I'm not perfect. There's a lot of opportunities for me to grow. So I learn in both directions. I help teach, and I help to learn from everybody I come in contact with. So.
I am over, operations, strategy. I have a small team. We take a look at the big picture. Well, I look at the big picture and kind of see, okay, here are opportunities, kind of work with the team. They come up with solutions. They come up with ideas. I love to brainstorm. I guess that's maybe the creative side. What I've learned is when it comes to people and technology, it seems as if when new technology comes on the scene, we may tend to use old way of thinking to apply to the new technology.
often when I pitch an idea or I'm looking to do something, I don't talk about the technology. I talk more about the benefits and kind of seeing the future. For us, it was about how do we get the computer out of the physician's hands and get them back to laying hands on patients where they have conversations and discussions and do medicine again.
I want to tell you, Leon, you sharing that story is first, it shows a lot of transparency, and it shows a lot of heart in what you're looking for, because that has meaning, that has depth. And like when things like that happen, I think as long as you've been on this planet, I've been on the planet about 60 some odd years now. I'm going to just bail on my age, but you go through certain pivotal points. That's one of the reasons I do what I do. My father had passed away through a healthcare episode, and that got me really deeper into healthcare. And those are the things that motivate you. They get you out of bed, and you do certain things that are above that's what's called for in any situation. I wanted to ask you this, because that's interesting. So you took us all the way back to high school, and I know you've been in healthcare a while. How did you make that transition and got the opportunity to work in healthcare and then in IT, or is it with IT and then healthcare? Tell us that story.
Sure. I always loved IT. I always loved technology. Even from high school, I was into computers. I wanted to learn everything about computers, programming. And then it was funny, my girlfriend's father was into technology. He was into computers and everything. And so he took a liking to me, and I would help him out in his workshop. I would help him out on clients that he was working with. He would fly me up to Atlanta, and I would do work with him at a client, setting up computers, setting up networking. Other local clients I would go to, and I loved it. He basically took me under his wing and taught me everything I know about networking and computers and stuff. And at that point, I took a job in Atlanta working for a grocery store chain, and it was like, okay, my first job out of college, let me get experience with the technology. And then I had the opportunity to come back locally to Hollywood, to Florida, and they had job openings at the hospital. And I grew up down the street from the hospital. I said, you know what, this would be a great opportunity for me to do something in technology, but also give back to the community and help the community, because hospitals, it's either two things: either meeting people in the hallways that are happy because they're coming because someone's having a baby and they're born, or because someone is sick and they're not having, they're very concerned about someone's health because they have to come into the hospital, right? And so we're always dealing with those two different emotions in the hospital all the time. So it was great that I was fortunate enough to be able to get a job working at the hospital. And then I worked for Memorial for 19 years after that, grew up in the ranks, and got all my technology experience, my leadership experience, everything from there, and then took the opportunity to grow on to my next phase of my career and being a CIO of a community care plan.
They race when we're excited. They flutter, they ache, they even break. Millions of songs and poems have been written about them. They even have their own emoji. What am I talking about? Hearts, of course. They represent love and joy and compassion, and they represent us at Community Care Plan, the health plan with a heart. Just like a heart delivers life-giving blood to every part of a body, we deliver better health to the community. For more than 2 decades, we've been serving South Florida with affordable coverage for a wide range of healthcare services, along with the other things our members need to get and stay healthy. And we are pleased to say our member satisfaction scores were in the 90th percentile for healthcare, doctors, and specialists. Physicians recognize the power of our passion. More than 99% of them say they would recommend Community Care Plan to their patients. Our 119 community partners recognize this passion too. 37 new partners joined us last year, and we participated in over 100 health fairs and community events. That's what we love most, interacting with the people we serve, both our members and the community. Our reach extends to all ages. More than 85 new or expecting mothers and their partners attended our 2019 community baby shower, where they learned to give their babies great starts in life and ensure their futures. More than 350 children and young adults participated in Vaccinate Broward, a collaboration with Broward Health, Memorial Healthcare System, and Community Care Plan to help children in Broward County get the important vaccinations they need to stay healthy. Services like these are what we are all about, and they make our hearts swell with joy. We're continuing to make our mark by offering coverage for children through Florida Healthy Kids in 8 South Florida counties. And we're working together with local organizations to identify and track social determinants of health and access to care, and to help close care gaps for thousands of people. And why do we do this? We do this because we are your neighbors and your friends, and we are Community Care Plan, the health plan with a heart.
Oh, I'm a Midwest boy through and through. I grew up in Detroit, outside Detroit. I was born in Chicago, but I went to school in Indiana and Missouri, or Missouri as I fondly call it. No offense to any Missourians, but yeah, it was a great young life in the Midwest. The value I think I bring and what I've learned is how to, again, navigate these diverse relationships that exist in healthcare and really project manage at a level to make change happen. And that really is synonymous with information technology and digital today. Simplification and overall getting access to the right care at the right time, at the right place is absolutely critical.
The transformative nature of education. Listen, I have no doubt in my mind of what my life would have been had I stayed home. I see it when I travel, when I go back home. So I know the transformative nature. I have to tell you, I have to tell you, I just love education. our students to identify that they are in a school of science, computing, and artificial intelligence. And I want them to understand that this is where the future is. So our goal is to make sure that all the students eventually graduate data literate.
You've been there for a while, and then you still work with Memorial, you work with Broward. Tell us, this is the thing, and I've heard it from other people, they need to understand the relationship of community care partners with these other entities, and then the service that you do for the community. Help us understand that.
So we're what's considered a provider service network called a PSN, and as long as you're owned by 50% of your ownership is by a provider, a hospital system, that's what gives you that designation as a PSN, right? And we, in the state legislature, there's a provision there for a PSN in order for you to apply for Medicaid. So you can either have an HMO license, or you can be a PSN, and you can apply to serve those members in those regions, right? And so we went and applied for Broward County to be able to serve those recipients that need healthcare, that are underserved, and they need that help from the government. And so we applied, and we won the contract in Broward County as a PSN. And as a PSN, we have the advantage of having our two hospital parents and having their systems, and they do a majority of the services in Broward County, serving our members. And so that having that tight integration with them helps us serve and be able to give the information, share the information with those providers, with those doctors, with those clinicians, to be able to give the best care we can give to our community and to the members that are in our community.
Voices are meant to be heard. At Community Care Plan, our goal is to serve what our community has to say word for word. As a health plan with a heart, we focus on all the facets and parts that improve healthcare from the start. Housing, food, safety, money. We are aware of all these things that can impact your access to care and the quality there. With our Voices of the Community series, it is our intention to alleviate the tensions for the people impacted most by healthcare inequity and the factors that do not get mentioned, like the mother without maternity care who is not equipped, like the neighbor who needs behavioral health services, like the family that needs help finding a safe and affordable place to live. The voices Community Care Plan wants to give. These videos shine a light to help us see and hear the rhythm of how we breathe, the pulse of the people, the heartbeat, and all that happens in between. The voices of our community and Community Care Plan's approach to healthcare based on unity. Together, we can make a difference.
You have a choice in your healthcare, and at Community Care Plan, we want to make that choice easier. Who better to serve your healthcare needs than a health plan that is owned by Florida's trusted healthcare leaders? Our highly rated plans offer everything you and your family need to get and stay healthy. Enjoy access to quality doctors, convenient medical transportation, telemedicine, rewards for healthy living, and more. It's time you feel good about your healthcare with Community Care Plan, the health plan with a heart. Get started today at ccpcares.org.
That is wonderful. I'm glad you're here. And we were having this conversation because that communication between the providers, between the payers, and then the consumers or the patients in the community is very, very vital. Everyone's talking about artificial intelligence. We talked about human intelligence and human interaction. You've probably seen just an unprecedented growth in this era. Now, I come from this world where I remember voicemail was new. It was like this thing, voicemail. Oh my God, voicemail. I can't wait to leave a voicemail. Somebody can really interact with me that way. And then you got into contact center. You started getting to see these, chat interactions, right? So you had, telephony, and then you got into more digital interaction. Now you've got a lot of social media, and now you've got a lot of automation through computers, which is the artificial part of that. You're not talking to a human being, but it does simulate human intelligence. Talk to us about the challenges that you're seeing in that era, and how do you see this playing out over the long term?
So yeah, it's the big catchphrase now, AI, artificial intelligence. And I've talked to, my team and explained to them that, it's not just AI. We can't lose the HI portion of it, the human intelligence, right? And so I keep telling them that there's this AI versus HI mentality, and we need to focus on the human intelligence and leverage the artificial intelligence to allow us to do more meaningful human interaction. So I kind of played around with the AI and HI. So AI is, it says artificial intelligence, but I like to consider it artificial interaction. You're not really interacting with a human being, you're interacting with a computer system, some intelligent computer system, right? But HI is human intelligence, and it's also human interaction. And so I like referring to us using AI to allow us to do more meaningful human interactions. So instead of someone calling, a provider calling, hey, I need the status of my claim, it's like, yeah, that's a simple answer that an automated system can do. So let's give you the means through a chatbot or a portal so you can look that up and get that information on your own without having to be waiting in a queue or trying to get that information, that's simple to get. But a member who's having difficulty navigating the healthcare market and be able to get the care that they need, and they don't even know who to talk to, how to get it, where they can find the services, we want to free up those lines so that they can make that call and we have a human being answer it and immediately have that human interaction, a meaningful interaction to say, let me hold your hand. I'm here for you to help you get the services that you need.
I'm going to send this soundbite to every single hospital, retailer, all these different companies. All of a sudden, it took this whole automation to a whole nother world that you can't talk to a human being when you need to talk to a human being. Like, it used to be to just dial 0 and then boom, voila, you got a human being that actually can answer your question. That's like gone away. I've talked to so many different people that tell me this over and over, like, wow, how can I just talk to a person? I just need to talk to a person, because what you said, a lot of these things are more complex than what it seems on the surface. Now, the very routine stuff, sure, why not? I just need an address. I need certain things, I need to see some immediate information. You can automate that all day long. But when it becomes something more than that, and when you're dealing with healthcare, time is of the essence. Someone is in some type of state. They're not contacting you typically because it's something routine. It's something that has meaning. We talked about this earlier, empathy. We've got to put our empathy back into our systems and understanding our real why here. Why do most of the people contact us? And we need to put some human intelligence, layer that a little bit more so this augmented reality works a lot better. That's what I'm thinking. Greetings. I am Grant McGaugh, the CEO and guide behind 5-Star BDM, your sanctuary for business transformation. Here, enterprises are reborn through the harmonious synthesis of strategy and state-of-the-art technology, all under the illuminating embrace of artificial intelligence. My journey is fueled by an unyielding passion to unlock the boundless opportunities embedded within technology. Here at 5-Star BDM, we intertwine with the quintessential values of our clients, meticulously crafting roadmaps that resonate with precision, adaptability, and harmony. We relish addressing challenges, transforming them into stepping stones and guiding organizations to ascend to new peaks by leveraging avant-garde solutions. Our Follow the Brand podcast series is a convergence of pioneering thoughts and groundbreaking ideas, where industry luminaries and revered guests unravel the multifaceted tapestry of technology and innovation. Diving deep into the core of operational essence, we at 5-Star BDM orchestrate swift and transformative changes, refine processes, and amplify customer experiences, all through the eloquence of AI and digital mastery. In synergy with our value partners, we marry technology, tenacity, and creative intuition with ensuring every encounter within your digital sphere is not just functional, but a harmonious symphony of delight and substantial impact. With 5-Star BDM, you're not simply constructing a business. You are sculpting a progressive journey, morphing every opportunity into a symphony of success. So let's innovate, elevate, and thrive together, turning opportunity into success and innovative brilliance. Reach out and commence this transformative journey by going to 5starbdm.com for more information.
I agree 100%. It's definitely about, how do we leverage technology to make those human interactions more smooth, easier to have, easier to make, give us access to the information we need. And I'm perfectly fine with someone who doesn't want to talk to, the millennials, the younger generation, like, just give me my app, give me my phone. I'm going to bury my head in my phone and I'll get all the information I need. I don't need to talk to another person. And that's okay. As long as we make it seamless, we make it smooth, they can get the information they have. It's still a human interaction, getting the data and the information they need. But when we want to be there, when they actually do need a person-to-person contact, to have that human interaction, to say, hey, we're here for you. We can hold your hand and really talk you through what you need. We care for you, right? We want to show you that empathy that our company's all about.
That is wonderful. So when you're looking for people that want to join community care partners, and I've heard about this too. I mean, there's a big shortage of workers, skilled workers in healthcare for a number of different reasons, whether it was through COVID, people are migrating in and out. But when people start to look at IT, sometimes they get intimidated. They feel like I've got to have this geeky knowledge of all things compute before I can even, attempt to learn in this particular sector of the of technology, or in the hospital system, or just healthcare in general. Help us demystify some of that and tell us again how people can really get in touch with you and be a part of your organization.
That sounds great. One of the things we do is we have an internship program, and in our internship program, we I've had many people who came in, done the internship, loved what we do, and we loved what they were doing with us and hired them. And I've had people who came entry-level jobs, hired us, went all the way up into management. Even in the 8 years that have been a community care plan, they grew, and we want to be able to give them that opportunity. And you don't have to come in with all the skills. You don't need to have all the SQL programming, C++, .NET, understanding all this new programming. You don't necessarily need to have all of that, especially with down the road AI helping with people being able to do coding and programming, right? What I'm more interested in looking for are people who have a growth mindset, who have the hunger to learn, who want education. They want to open books, read books, watch YouTube videos. Hey, how can I do this? How can I research it? A go-getter that goes after that information. People who are teamwork oriented. They want to help others, right? I'm looking for people. We at Community Care Plan, we volunteer like every weekend and help people in our community. And so we always have some activity, some event that we're doing, either a walk or we're doing a basket, setting up baskets for Thanksgiving. you name it, all year round, we're giving stuff away, our time, helping volunteer in the community. So I'm always asking our people, saying, if you're, do you volunteer? How much do you volunteer? How much do you like helping other people, right? Because we are a teamwork environment, and we want to help each other and be able to grow together as a group. That's what I'm looking for.
The health system that I grew up in, that my mom worked at, they were embarking on their epic journey. And so I was hired into a new role here that they had, which was the Chief Technology Officer. And so my scope of responsibilities here is all on the tech side predominantly, but we play such an integral role with our application colleagues and with our epic colleagues. So that's where I joined the organization here. NCH healthcare system at the time where Hurricane Ian hit us directly, and us in the Fort Myers area. So in healthcare IT, we are driven by disaster recovery, right? Like, we plan for it our whole careers. Like, that's the first thing you learn about when you come into an IT organization is, what's the disaster recovery plan? And typically, once you've been in the industry for some time, you are used to working through disasters.
There's nothing more important than your health or your family's health. At Community Care Plan, we're focused on one thing: providing you with quality care from a health plan you can trust. To not have to worry about whether or not you can afford to see a doctor that day. To trust that your child's health will be cared for at every step. Our insurance plans help people get quality care that's affordable from highly rated doctors. And we are owned by Florida's leaders in healthcare: Broward Health, Memorial Healthcare System, and the Joe DiMaggio and Sala Children's Hospitals. Don't wait to feel confident in your healthcare. Visit ccpcares.org today to get started with Community Care Plan, the health plan with a heart.
And we'll train
I see you've done a lot of innovative things there at CCP. Over time, we're talking about the community telephone application, which I thought was awesome. You've done some other things, because your scores are telling us that you're really, taking what you have and making it better for people that need to interact with CCP. Just talk about just a little bit about some of those innovations that you've done in your tenure.
Sure. So one of the things we discovered is especially for the members that we're serving in our area, we get demographic information on them, and sometimes the demographic information is missing, and so we need to figure out, how do we get a hold of these people? How do we reach out to them? How do we find out that, hey, there's services that we can offer you and you're not even aware of it, and we're having a hard time getting a hold of you, right? And so we went ahead and developed what we call the Global Address Book, our GAB, and we took all the information from all these different sources. Obviously, we have claims information, we have social determinants of health information. We work with LexisNexis and other vendors where we go and data mine all this information about people, and we pull it in and match it up with our members and say, okay, well, this person's moved from this location to this location, or they have this phone number, and we might have 10 phone numbers for that person, right? But this will say, here's the most likely phone number that you can reach this person, right? And they're on our plan. So it's not like we are, doing any marketing calls or anything like that. This is us reaching out to provide services that they've already signed up for. Right. It's just that somehow their information changed and they didn't update that information. And so this Global Address Book, is a tool that our call center has at their fingertips, that as soon as they get on the phone with someone, it has scripts in there that says, okay, here are some things that we've noticed, that you have gaps in your care. Hey, you haven't done your well visit yet. Can I help you schedule a well visit so you can get that taken care of? So all of that information is right there, handy, right in front of them in our global address book application. Another application we've innovated on, we used to outsource this to another company, and everybody uses texting, right? Everybody's texting people. Most people don't want to get on a phone and talk on the phone anymore, right? They rather just text me and I'll respond to you, right? So we found that texting our members, we have more interactions, we get more feedback. They'll give us information back by texting them. And so we went ahead and our team is young. We like to follow in the footsteps of other great people, right? And so when SpaceX was doing all their satellites and doing all the stuff, that amazing stuff that they're doing, we said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and create an application called SMSX. And that's going to be our chat or our texting platform for our environment. And so we built our own internal texting platform that we can do one-on-one texts with people. It's HIPAA compliant. It gives us a lot of flexibility to do bulk transactions and send messages out. It does sentiment analysis. So when we get all these text messages back, we can see if someone's frustrated, if they're happy, if they're angry, and can escalate those to an individual to be able to respond to them much quicker. Again, getting that human interaction faster than just waiting on, oh my God, this person texted us 3 days ago and they were upset and we haven't gotten back to them yet, right? And so our SMSX app platform helps us do that.
No, you've got some great innovation. Those are just two. I know you got many. I'm going to be part of your cybersecurity week coming up. And you're doing this to educate, not people just, they don't have to be in IT, but all of us are now interacting with some kind of technology platform, whether it's with your phone, tablet, PC or anything of that nature. Tell us more about why this is so important. Why are you doing this for your particular people there at CCP?
So we do Security Awareness Week twice a year in April and October. October is Security Awareness Month nationally. So, in technology, it's huge, especially with all the information we have to deal with. Personal health information is very important to us. It's important to the government, HIPAA compliance. You want to make sure that we're protecting people's information. Anything that's healthcare related, their personal identifiable information. We have lots of that information. The hackers out there, the activists out there, they want that information. They're hungry for that information. And they will do everything in their power to go and capture that information. And so we have over 30 different applications that we deploy within our environment to protect us from hackers. All kinds, from two-factor authentication to antivirus software to firewalls, all of those different things. We've counted over 30 different applications that we use to protect our environment. Some of those applications are used for training, for education. We do phishing campaigns that we send out fake phishing emails to our staff, and we try to see who clicked on them. And when they do, we educate them, we train them, we try to explain to them how that puts our company, our data exposed to the internet when you click on an email that comes in with a link in it, right? And so I started doing these security awareness trainings back in 2016 at CCP, at Community Care Plan. And we've just continued to improve on these every year, asking people like you to come and talk to us, give us your experiences. We want to have speakers from around the industry that are experts in understanding AI and just security in general. And you don't know how many stories I hear. Just last week, I had an employee walk up to me and said, Leon, I need to tell you, thank you for all of these trainings that you do for us every year, because I just got a phone call the other day and the person was saying they were apologizing. They said that they got a charge from me and that it was by mistake and they needed me to help to reverse the charge. And I remember you telling us a story that it's a scam, that they're going to call you and it's going to make it sound like they made a mistake and they need your help to correct it to get your money back. And I knew that this didn't sound right. So I stopped and I asked them the questions and they ended up hanging up the phone. So I just want to thank you for probably saving me thousands of dollars because of this. And I wouldn't have known. I would have in the past, I would have just said, oh yeah, no, let me help you out. I'm sorry that happened. So it's really big for me to help people in our company protect our data and help them personally in their lives so that, we're very big on their kids as well. I've got 2 kids. I have a daughter and a son. and they're both adults now, finished college. But growing up, letting them know about security, cybersecurity, being careful. And here I am, a CIO, I'm in IT. I think that my kids know everything. No, they were even susceptible, and they were even they were targets, right? And my kids were nervous at bringing it to me after the fact that they were already targeted and they were already going down this road. And then they came like at 2 a.m. My son comes into the room, Dr. Dad, I got to tell you something. I can't sleep. This is bothering me, right? And I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm telling you guys this stuff, and it's still, it's hard to convey this information, even when it's that close to you. So I keep telling these stories to everyone, that make sure you're involved with your kids, make sure you're talking with your kids, your family members, your parents, if they're older, they're very susceptible if they don't understand technology. So just get the word out, because it's very important that we protect, our data and protect our lives.
100% on that. 100% on that. We're going to conclude here. This has been wonderful. But before we do, because there's people out there that are listening, they want to be a part of your team. They want to know how to contact you. What do they need to do to gain consideration to be a part of CCP? And I love that internship program.
Yeah, no, we do internship programs in the summer and sometimes in the winter. But our website is ccpcares.org. Community Care Plan Cares.org, ccpcares.org. Go to that website. All the information about any job openings that we have will be there. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Leon Mink at Community Care Plan. You just go ahead and send a friend request. Get us. I'll go ahead and accept it. And you can reach out to me. And I have several of my directors, my entire management team. We're all on LinkedIn as well. I'm always looking for new talent, looking for people who are hungry to learn, and we're going to help train you. We'll send you to classes. You don't need to be an expert. Some things we do need basic level programming, things like that, right? But mostly I'm looking for people who are hungry and want to learn. And so,
well, this is wonderful. I want to tell you, thank you for being on the Follow the Brand Show. I want to invite all of you, your entire fan base, your family, your friends out there. They can tune in to all episodes at www.5starbdm. That is B for brand, D for development, Infomasters.com. This has been wonderful. Leon, I can't wait to see you again.
Grant, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
A health plan with a heart is nothing without its heart. It's the CCP difference that sets us apart. We see it in the employees who help lift our communities. They make sure their voices are heard through our streets, in our community's heartbeat.
CCP has leadership that cares. They'll hear about specific cases and remember all of the small details and actually follow up.
At CCP, we're very involved in the communities we serve through partnerships, local events, and other activities.
CCP actually cares about the patient outcome.
We know it isn't just CCP in our community. It's our people. It's those who enrich and fulfill. It's these links to the community to actualize a dream of a melodic heartbeat. With our team, the future looks brighter. And we know there's still a lot of work. And we have made progress, but continue to work to do more. As we grow, improved gaps in care will show and speak for the voices of our community. Together, we are making a difference.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-Star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund. Tune in for our next show or click on our website at www.5starbdm/followthebrandtv. Thank you. Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius.